Welcome everybody, welcome back to Trans Cannabis Veganic Jazzy. So I know it's been a little while, but I just got done making my brand new computer and I wanted to make a quick video of some fun racing and some things to come. So let's dive in. Toodles!
Day tomorrow, start of the season, and I'll move into the Pro Series, so let's get a practice in before you race for real. For tomorrow, our strategy is to bed in. We aren't aiming for Raven West yet. We build up the pressure. Our team colours are looking great on this car. Try not to get bogged down in really tight turns. Best to keep traction and drift it. But you know that.
Tell you, but I wanna wait. Never thought that feelings could disappear. What a sorry never feel sincere, but you gotta
May have some very positive things to say about you. Trust me, she doesn't say it if she doesn't mean it.
And then we trip the wire. Too many times I told you
expect people to perform, and you're doing just that. There's some good opportunities to draft here. Get in close, get the toe, then switch your path.
I can't seem to let you go. I try to reach you. It's so difficult.
Watch out for the track limits here. It's so easy to get a time penalty by going over or cutting the corner.
Grid World Series once again revs up its engines, and the Pro Series is the pinnacle of racing, where our teams need to stay in the safety zone and be one of the 8 teams to make it through to our show-stopping finale, the Gauntlet.
How long is it gonna take? Just word for me. Thanks. Sorry, Dave. Thank you.
Nathan McCain interview, take 1.
Who's that guy? You seen this new lobster place down the road? You gotta choose which one you kill. You go to this big, like, box where they're all in. It's all blue and gnarly, and you're like, I want to kill that guy. Do I kill it? No, I'm not an animal. Okay, let's get going.
Okay. Do you want to say your name and introduce yourself?
They know who I am. Hi, I'm Nathan McCain, 5-time Grid Series world champion, soon to be 6 times, and that's a new record.
Yo, yo, yo.
Hey, listen. Get to second place if you can, but you stay behind Nate. Am I clear? Yes?
Fine. Whatever.
Hey, my favorite nephew. Listen, what's with the camera crew?
I don't know. They're making some kind of documentary about the grid.
Right.
Actually, it's about Seneca.
Oh, wow. I think I'd rather eat my own face.
Good luck.
Come on.
You mate, 22, listen up. I imagine Nate will try and assert his dominance from the get-go. Let's show everyone we belong here.
Heard loud and clear, Heat. We're here to stay.
first pro race. Well done, team.
We got no relation.
I just wanted to say thank you to everybody. It was so much fun making this video. There's so much more racing to come, from Assetto Corsa, Competizione, to everything else in between. I really appreciate everybody. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you. Trans Cannabis Veganic Jazzy is out. Toodles! Alright, everybody. So, welcome back. There was definitely some issues that I'm having here. I'm trying to figure out still how I can get the binding of my wheel and stuff connected correctly, but it doesn't seem to be going as smooth as I was hoping for. So I'm definitely gonna need to figure something out. Because this is really super annoying. Really super annoying. Give me just a second here. I'm gonna switch this up. So let's see if this really works. So what I think I was gonna do is back up, because I could not solve it. All the videos that I looked at and all the things that I went through, it doesn't seem to be able to solve this situation, and I'm not too sure exactly what's causing the situation, because I've never had this situation happen before. And even if I turned on my Xbox, let's say, and I binded it and it worked perfectly fine on the Xbox, it still doesn't change that it doesn't work here. And if I connect it to my other PC and it works, still doesn't solve that it doesn't work here. So what I'm gonna do is I have a controller and I have obviously the keyboard. I have them binded already with some stuff, and they do work. Like, I'm able to bind the controller and do whatever I want. So I got some stuff connected. I switched over how I wanted the keyboard, and these things should be okay. Ultimately, they should be okay. So we'll see. Of course, I don't know until we really dive into it. So. But it does help to know that we've got backups and stuff to actually handle it, because I was a little worried that we wouldn't even be able to get that far. So. Alright, so and do this here. This seems to be working halfway decent. Alright. And still nothing on this, so I'm going to try. So, back to race here.
Stay double file.
Alright, so I just wanted to see what all I could change right there. Because those are the things that I was having issues with. Once I'm into those, I can still use my wheel, but it doesn't seem to actually work correctly. So I'll just do what I just did and hook it up as fast as I can and then go from there, because this is definitely one of those tricky things where you're just like, okay, if we don't get this correct, it's not going to do it right, and it won't pit correctly, so, and it won't change the driver correctly either, which I really sometimes I'm frustrated that you can't put those on automatic, and that if you don't have them all on automatic, they don't work correctly. And if you want to do some of them, like for instance, I want to do some of them, but my wheel won't do them for some odd reason right now. But at least you'd have the option to, but whatever. Okay. I definitely tried preparing as best I could for this race and stuff, but I mean for the streaming mishaps, and I did not think something like this would happen because I've never had it happen before. And I've never seen anybody have an issue like this before. Not to say that it probably hasn't happened, but I'm not finding any videos on it. Alright, well. Here we go. Alright, so I wanted to get this thing set up. I'm using the controller for just a second so I can switch everything over. Then we'll go back to the wheel here. Just a second. Okay. That, and here we go.
Going double fine.
Oh my gosh. I forgot one thing. Just for now, I'll have all these. Normally I don't have all these like this because well, normally my wheel works fine or whatever the issue is. But because I'm trying to make it as easy as possible on myself, then I don't have to worry about it. And I got my other binding controls for the other stuff, and I don't memorize. I have so many things I have to memorize, and I just want to get to this. So yeah, we'll just go like this. We'll leave these that way. And that way we can still utilize all the other stuff that I have for the keyboard and the controller. So, all right, we will try this one more time. Let's see, that's good, and we will try this one more time. All right, it's good to get all this out of the way anyways, because, you know, again, without having the right setup and the right keys and components and stuff, it just makes it that much more difficult. So let me finish this bag real quick, and cheers everybody. Thank you for sticking with me, hanging out. Definitely, again, you know, it's one of those learning curves that you just gotta get through and learn how to work with what you have, even when things are kind of being a little bit silly or whatever. So I always look at it like there's just possibilities for everything as long as we allow ourselves to be flexible and learn to utilize maybe different objects and plan B and plan A and plan C's and stuff, and don't get too frustrated like I did. I got a little frustrated, but there's nothing I can do at the second without really going over and over and over stuff, but it's whatever. Also, real quick before we begin, I just want to say how cool some of the stuff has been happening for Assetto Corsa Competizione. And I just want to say, yesterday was Xbox's reveal of some up-and-coming games, and one of them was Forza Motorsports. Now, I've been dying to see something on this. What we saw a couple months ago as like the new main trailer, it was like maybe 6 months ago, six to 8 months ago, about you know, the cars and the physics and mostly the environment, showing the environment and like the grass and all that stuff, you know, how realistic all that stuff is and blah blah blah. Well, I'll just say that I was really shocked to see that when they showed the new behind the scenes and up and coming stuff of the Forza Motorsport number 8 or whatever. I think they're just calling it Forza Motorsport, and that's it. Which technically is just Forza Motorsport 8, so I might as well just call it number 8. But anyways, they didn't really show anything that much different than what was already available to begin with. And what was really odd is something that I've noticed about developers, developing studios, and professional studios, and what makes the studios stand out between rather their professional sim racing, real amazing badass games, simulation at that, right? or very arcadey simulation-ish, right? And something that I noticed, causation to correlation, correlation to causation, and this is something that I noticed, that as a game, I am a game maker, I am a game developer, so I'm a dev as well on my own game. Down the road, I'll be revealing more about that, and it's actually a racing game and an adventure-like game, right? And as a developer and me looking at other developers, the one thing that I noticed the most about real developing professional games like Rensport, Assetto Corsa, Competizione, all these real professional type games and simulations, is that the one thing that really stands out the most is that when you look at the behind the scenes of the company and the developers and the testers and so on, you will see that there is at least 1 to 6 racing rigs. Professional, amazing, badass, if it's not done by, Logitech or whatever, Fanatec or whatever they have. Because that shows that whoever's developing this and working on these games, like Forza Motorsports, for instance, I noticed on all of the behind the scenes, all of the stuff that I saw yesterday, and I think even some stuff I saw in the past year ago on Forza, the new Forza, not a one oh, excuse me. Not a one of the footage that I saw or found, including yesterday's footage on Forza, none of the developers and nobody had any simulation sim rigs with wheel or anything. And to me that's a little odd, because a lot of the girls and the guys and the people that were working on the game, all I saw was them using controller only. Not gonna say that controller, you can't win or be amazing on controller, but these games are based off of the realism of being able to have a wheel, to be able to play with the wheel. The controller is like second in place if you substitute, if you don't have the wheel, but the wheel is like the name of the game when it comes to like these professional simulators, right? So I was thinking to myself how odd it is that you don't see in Forza, Turn 10, or any of the studios that are working on certain games that aren't really that professional. Something I've noticed is a common theme is that the most professional ones always have a sim rig wheel, at least one rig or up to 5 to 6 rigs, because they'd be racing with each other and trying to set lap times, be professional. They'd like also testing to make sure that it works well with the wheel and stuff like that. And I'm not seeing that Forza Motorsports team, Turn 10, I mean, doesn't seem to have like the highest end professionalism. And the one thing that I noticed about yesterday's footage is that once again nothing looks any different other than the ray tracing, the car reflections, and the detail of stuff looks great. But when you look at the car, for instance, go to the video from yesterday and look at it. Look at the car's details, but then look at the cartoony world. As even though as good as it looks, how cartoony the grass looks, and how cartoony the bushes and the tree looks and stuff, even though it looks pretty fairly real overall. When you see how real the car looks, like the engine parts and like everything, right, is just phenomenal. Then you see like this cartoony background, and then the pavement looks cartoony. You know, it's like it's got a really detailed detail to it, but it's still detailed in a cartoony way. And to me that's just like blows me away that the new Forza does not look high end. It just looks good as reflection. And the new Grid Legends, I feel, is as good and if not better looking than the new Forza is going to. And the ray tracing and the reflections in Grid Legends is phenomenal, actually. Phenomenal. But it doesn't seem to be heads above, Forza doesn't seem to be heads above anything. And they didn't talk about the professionalism. They just talked about that it's got some online stuff and it's got a few this and a few that, and it's going to look really good. And no 2 laps. Now check this out, which is a telltale sign when somebody says something like this. A developer says, no 2 laps are going to look the same, and no 2 laps are going to drive the same. So that tells you that they have a 2-lap interval with timing of weather and changes of temperature and track and wetness or dryness or whatever, right, in between. And to me, that's a little cartoony. I mean, just thinking, okay, so every 2 laps things are going to change slightly. I mean, wouldn't in real life they change maybe more like 10 to 12? Maybe under certain conditions might change every lap to every couple of laps, but for it to just be like, yeah, every 2 laps makes it sound like it's locked at every 2 laps no matter what. So that's like a little annoying to think, okay, so if you see it's going to rain within 2 laps after seeing it's going to rain, it's going to rain? So, I mean, yeah, we'll see. It's just speculation, but we'll see. Overall, I sure hope that the game is amazing. I hope that it takes off. And I hope that it really is all that, because again, I have high hopes and have loved Forza for so long, but I have totally let it go because it has let me down, and I am ready for the brand new one. And that is why I got my computer set up, and it was one of the games that I wanted to play, and I knew I needed either a new Xbox, which is just stupid. I mean, honestly, the new Xboxes are way too expensive, and you only get 60 frames. That's it? I mean, like, that's crazy, because I'm able to get 100 to 200 on my computer, my high-end computer. So why would I pay for something that could be about as much as one of my graphic cards? So an Xbox, the new Xbox is as much as my graphics card. Actually, a little less than my graphics card. I have an $850 graphics card. It was actually a $1,000 graphics card, but I got it on sale. But still, you know, like, why would I buy an Xbox that I can't even barely do anything with? And then on top of that, it only has 60 frames at max? That's a waste.
Stay double file.
Alright, everybody. So good luck. I'm going to restart this because just now starting to get warmed up. I really need to focus on this now. So much different with having that much fuel too. Like I was having to compensate for it a little bit, so I wasn't used to that much fuel. Alright, so here we go.
Stay double file.
starting to get a little sloppy right there. There we go. Now I'm starting to hit it. Totally misshifted on that one. Oh my gosh. That's not good. Alright, so we're doing better, but holy crap. Definitely messing up all kinds of places. Still don't hit that correctly at all. I had a better lap time and I just messed it up. That sucks.